100 holidays to celebrate every year, but no other holiday season seems to bring with it the stress and accidents as the winter holidays. Here to give us some tips on how to have a stressless and safe holiday is home economist Jo Ann Sterba. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, April.
Can you tell me, what are the biggest concerns during the holidays?
One of the more serious problems is time management, and people really have trouble finding enough time to do what they need to do. And I think one way they can relieve that is to plan ahead. So I really think as we look at the season, we say a couple weeks in advance and days ahead, make a plan and set up a time schedule, and then you'll do a lot better, and it relieves some of the pressures.
Can you give us an example of a type of plan as far as presents, shopping, and cooking?
A lot of people manage several weeks ahead to make lists and then say, this is what I need to do. And when you go out, go ahead and make several stops, pick up the various things. When we're talking about cooking, it's not a bad idea to prepare some of the foods ahead of time so you're comfortable with how you're preparing them. Then when the time comes, you feel more comfortable at doing it. Part of the plan is a lot of things can be done weeks and days ahead, so you're not at the last minute doing a hurry-up rush and saying, how am I going to manage it? So that is a real part of the package that you might do.
Okay, and what if you aren't a person that plans ahead? I mean, what if you happen to wait till the last minute?
Many people do that. There is crisis management. I think if we're talking about meal preparation, you go out to the quick deli and pick up things and handle it, or make things look like you have partly prepared it. But there are emergency things that you can have in the back of your mind and handle ahead of time. A lot of my friends have gifts set aside, and maybe the gift wrap and the ribbons and all that, and the cards and everything there, and so when the emergency rises, they're ready to deal with it. But I really think you must start way in advance in order to preclude some of the last-minute rushes.
What are some quick, creative ideas for gifts?
Okay. When I think about gifts, I look at what different people have as far as taste. And I often go with books, and I do a lot with cookbooks and things, and those I can store and keep on hand. I also look at individual persons and what they like and what their needs are. So I buy a variety of things and then have them ready and try to fit people's tastes. A lot of times people have hobbies, and things that correlate to the hobbies are CDs and that type of thing. I think one of the stresses of the holidays is how much we spend on things. And so I think with a plan and some ideas, sometimes you can save a lot of money if you get things when there are sales or specials or stock them ahead of time, and it makes it a little easier.
What do you think about some of these supermarkets are advertising, they'll make meals for you? What do you think about those? Are those cost effective? And are they...
It's going to differ from individual to individual or family to family. What I'm seeing within our family, we do some sharing of, you bring the dessert and I'll furnish the turkey or the prime rib and all. And so we're doing a little more in the way of potlucking. Some of the foods that the restaurants and centers are preparing are quite good. I'm also seeing people go with frozen entrees and have great success, and occasionally they can garnish them or fix them up so people don't even realize they weren't fixed at home. The smell is there and the taste can be there. So I think we have to individualize. More people eat out and go to restaurants during the holidays, and partly because of my own cooking at home, it appalls me a little bit, but I think some people feel very comfortable with it. Again, almost like some of the other things, you have to have reservations made ahead of time, or you're in deep trouble, because that is the peak season for many of the well-known restaurants. And we prefer to sit around the family table and do it, but we do some sharing. Not one person prepares the entire meal, because I think so many women are working, and that creates problems. So you say to yourself, what can I do, or how can I set it up?